This video is about America, and it's doomed failure. It's gonna fail. It has to fail. There's no other way. America is going down the tubes, and you might think the same thing, and that's why you're watching this video. America is going to hell. There's a couple reasons why it's going to hell. This is serious. First thing is the resources. This country runs on way too many resources. It is built. This country is built to make you use their resources to make the corporations rich. You are forced to drive a car instead of a economical vehicle. You are brainwashed to drive a car instead of an economical vehicle. You are forced to drive around all over the place just to be able to drive. Does that make any sense whatsoever? Say I only drive once or twice a month. Okay, I still have to pay $50 to $100 for insurance, for car insurance, right? Does that make any sense? You have to drive just to be able to drive in a country that forces you to drive to get where you need to go. Makes no sense. This country's so fucked up, man. This country's going down. This country is a joke. This country's garbage. This country's worthless. We built this whole country up on this whole infrastructure of cars, and we teach all these kids to drive these cars around everywhere else. How do we expect to be able to do this forever and ever? Like there's just oil is just going to be here forever and ever and ever. We could all be driving cars around. All the kids in the world grow up and get a car. Everyone's going to be... No, it's not going to work. It's legal for a 16-year-old kid to drive a fucking SUV down the road, but it's illegal for someone to drive a motorized bicycle. A motorized bicycle, not even a moped. A motorized bicycle. It's illegal for someone to drive one of those on the sidewalk. But it's legal for a 16-year-old kid to drive a gas-guzzling SUV wherever the fuck he wants. This country is going to fucking hell. And no one sees it. And we're look at us. We're burning so many resources that we can go into another country and just plunder it. Just totally fucking wipe it clean. Ridiculous. This government's taking over. They're taking over everything. The military government has taken over this country, hijacked this entire country, and we let it happen. There are no American people anymore. It's all a big government conspiracy, and you better be a player of it, or you're probably going to get shot and killed. I mean, look at this country. Look at this country. We built it based... Look at all these restrictive laws to stop people from using economical transportation and everything else. We're America, the biggest country, and we don't even make a motorcycle. We make Harley Davidsons that no one can afford to drive and actually utilize. We have... Everything is against the person that wants to do right in this country and live economically without, burning through so many resources. That fact can't be argued. This country is designed, we educate our children to be energy hogs. We educate them. That's part of the educational process to the children, is to be an energy hog, no matter what. And am I guilty of it? Sure. I'm a product of everything out there that's forcing me to be an energy hog. This country is going to hell real quick. It's sad. It's sad. When you're young, you think, oh, this is the greatest country in the world. But, if you really smarten up when you get older, you really start to see some fucking problems with this country. And it's ridiculous. This country's going to hell. Hell in a handbag, or whatever. That's what I was trying to think of. It's bad. This country it's bad. This whole country. We're energy hogs. We think we can just drive around SUVs and cars all over the place. Whatever happened to motorcycles and you know, even a go-kart. I could drive a fucking 10 horsepower go-kart down the street and get 150 miles to the gallon, but it's illegal. It's illegal. It's illegal. We have to drive a 20 mile per gallon car. You know, motorcycles, small motorcycles are hard to find. Most people don't even know how to drive a bike. They just think it's just like some fucking, you know, 95% of the world gets around on motorcycles, and in America, everyone's got to have a car, and we're worthless people because most of these Americans, they go and they lease this car and they're driving around to go to their little worthless job that it doesn't do nothing for nobody just to pay for their car. That's going to be junk by the time they're done paying it off anyways. Meanwhile, they're doing nothing to help the society. Most of them aren't building anything, any type of infrastructure or anything else. I mean, there's so much, speaking of infrastructure, so much infrastructure and jobs that are just built for the car, just to keep this car driving down the road, whether it's bridges, roads, you know, car parts, you know, you name it. This country is just, does anybody else see this? What the automobile and the corporations and the greed has turned this country into? We're just so used to seeing it, but it's ugly. It's really ugly, and it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. You know, we got overpopulation due to all these corporations owning everything. We need to go back to states' rights. You know, if anybody can kind of sum up a little bit of what I'm trying to, we need Ron Paul. But, you know, I don't believe in politics. I don't believe one man really is going to, you know, do too much. You know, obviously, the guy has exposed all these people, and no one cares. No one gives a fuck because this whole country's corrupted. You know, this whole country is just a big corrupt fucking joke. And it's gonna burn for it one of these days. It's gonna burn. It's really gonna burn. This country's a fucking joke. This country don't give a fuck about the world, about anybody. This country is a joke. Total fucking joke.